Okay, so real quick, welcome to the first ever live recording of the Modcast, the civlabs podcast. Talking to the members of the server, trying to uncover what had happened from the perspective of the players. I thought it'd be fun to go around and ask people's perspective of the event, but instead of doing it in a Modcast format, I decided to do live interviews, which although very chaotic, most Modcasts are chaotic, so it was pretty fun to do, honestly. The only issue being that my OBS decided not to record any of my audio, and so I didn't talk for the entirety of this podcast. It was so fun to record though, and instead of scrapping the entire idea, I decided to do this instead. I re-recorded myself doing all of the audio for the questions, and everything else I just left completely untouched. Which kinda sucks, but at the end of the day, this podcast is about the people, and I wanna let the people talk for themselves. So sit back and relax, as we let the people talk about their experiences in this live recording of the Modcast. Part 1. Also subscribe if you haven't already. I have a lot of plans to do more of these in the future, so if you wanna see that, subscribe to me. Anyways, back to the intro.
Okay, excellent. Welcome to the Modcast, the civlabs podcast. I bet I'm Fading Spark, otherwise known as the greatest mastermind who ever lived. I orchestrated Sleepy, the terrorist of World 3, the downfall of Halter, the downfall of Nullite, the downfall of the church, the downfall of all of Halter's leadership. Alright, anyways. Need to let that all out. Need to let that all out real quick. There was no rage, that was passion. What's good? Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Okay, real quick, what would you rate the event on a scale of 1 to 5? 1 being terrible, and 5 being the best event you've ever had in your entire life?
Oh, 5. Just 5. Just 5. Dude, it was so beautiful. Bro, Halo, I won't lie, I loved it because nobody was focused on me. Basically, everything Sleepy did, I threw him at it. Bro, Sleepy would have been, outed session 1 if it wasn't for my intervention, bro. Bro, that shit was so tough. Bro, he was a perfect scapegoat. I took him to Atlantis, let him run through that, John. And then after that, I took him to Kelp City and told him to hide there. And then I got Halter aiming at Kelp City. Bro, it was so tough. Bro was a taxi driver? Exactly, bro. All I had to do was throw them at areas and they would die. It was great. Exactly. Nah, that was a 5 out of 5 experience, I won't lie. Damn, I don't want to get too in depth into anything because you said you don't want us here too long. Shit.
I mean, it's fine. Just, what is the best moment in your opinion? What was the coolest story from the event in your opinion?
Damn. I won't lie. Damn, it was just good all around. I don't even know where to start, bro. Yo, holy shit. Ask me questions. Prompt me something.
Okay, great interview. How was the early game for you? How was the early game when it first started out?
Oh, the beginning was so much better than Event 2. I won't lie. Like it was 10 times better than Event 2. Everybody kind of knew what they were doing. So coordination went a lot faster. People were already in full iron gear established by the end of session 1. It was insane. There were some people who were already pushing diamond at the end of session 1. I saw it. It was crazy. And there were huge nations Halter had no reason to be as crazy as it was. I'm pretty sure the census at the end of session 2 was 80. It was ridiculous. It was the fusion of 3 different nations. And then they're already making crazy walls and networks and big ass coliseums and stuff. It was ridiculous.
So overall, you would say your experience was perfect with no flaws in the slightest, right?
Yeah, but I feel like this session had its own slew of problems that the first one didn't, or this event had its own slew of problems that the other ones didn't. In the form of when people got organized, now we got to deal with terrorists and thieves and stuff like that who actually know what they're doing now. Now that there's actual structure, we've got to deal with the people who are trying to abuse that structure. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like too many nations took way too lax of an approach on it. There were tons of nations that would harbor known terrorists and thieves and scandals. all because they wanted to keep it neutral, all because they wanted to stay neutral. But in reality, if they never harbored or helped these individuals at any point, they never would have gotten to the point that they were. And that was the downfall of World 3. Nullite harboring Sleepy and being what's essentially a paradise for these guys was insane. And it resulted in them getting full enchanted diamond gear, rocket crossbows, and just walking through basically every civ. After all the other civs got done messing with each other and depleting all their resources, so they could just walk through everything. The civs just took way too lax of an approach on it. The Great Church playing neutral with everybody and not wanting to make any assertive moves was definitely a downfall, because I mean, it doesn't matter if you play neutral or not with these people. Eventually they're going to come after you. You've got to like deal with them before they deal with you. You feel me? And I feel like not a lot of civs adopted that mentality, and that was their downfall.
Do you think that was the civ's fault or the plugin's fault? Because it's a slight difference.
I feel like it was, honestly, I feel like it was the civ's fault. Because it's like, sure, the raiders are guardsmen, but they would have to have access to some kind of infrastructure to grind that guardsman. Because, I mean, without a good mob grinder or something like that, grinding guardsmen is the slowest thing humanly possible. So they need access to infrastructure. And that infrastructure would be provided by a civ, by a nation. They've got to be able to keep that joint under wraps.
Yeah, 100%. That is true. That is fair. It is more on the civ's fault. It's more on the civs to kind of figure that issue out, not only on the plugin, but also the plugin could help 100% with that in the future. But it depends on what you think.
Fair enough. I won't take up any more time. You know what I'm saying? There's other people who want to get up here. I'm gonna step down.
Any shout-outs you want to do before you go of any civs, people?
Yo, I'm so sorry, Glinting Aether. I'm so sorry. That was the leader of Halter, bro. He knew I was on bullshit, bro. I'm so sorry. I ruined his reputation, man. Holy. That was so, oh my god, dude. I'm so sorry. Yeah, bro. Yo, I made Aether look like a crazy ass conspiracy theorist, bro. I felt so bad. Alright, I'm gonna get down. I ain't gonna take up no more time.
Also, just as a note, this is real me talking, not the past me talking. But I'm gonna edit this out, so any pauses in between or any like awkward moments are gone from this now, which makes it a lot easier for me, honestly. Because there was a couple awkward moments, and there's moments of like transitioning, but those are gone now, so it's great. Anyways, next up.
Actually, pretty cool. Also, hello there, OC2. 2C actually. Sorry. All right. Hi. The name is basically Killer Solo, and I went by Pulse Emerald during the event in World 3, the one that had Polaris, Canada, Decalon, etc., etc. Yeah, it was pretty nice, honestly, knowing what I needed to do, albeit a little bit chaotic at the first few sessions, I must say.
Yeah, I think that's World 2, by the way.
What?
I think the world that you mean is World 2.
Well,
Not World 2.
yeah, sorry,
Yeah, I can confirm. He's from World 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I've
Yeah,
never
I just
seen
got
you
it wrong.
I'm also in World 2.
My brain ain't the best, but yeah, World 2, pretty good.
Okay, what civ did you come from originally? Or like, just in general, what civ were you part of in your world?
Originally I just met like two different people from the jungle top trees, and then we just decided to go with other people, and then I was technically in Vinland, I believe it was called. We officially never even had a name before, at least until the very few moments of independence we had, and then we migrated north. I'm just simplifying it very much, but yeah, then we met with other people, and we then formed the unified country of Polaris.
Okay, it seemed very organized. I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we had like commune structure. We had no official leader nor council, but after the Great Migration, we basically had like you know, it was a bit of a semi-organized council. Uh, yeah, it was. I mean, it had its effects, but like it wasn't pretty effective later on looking at it compared to like, who was basically in charge, aka the guardsman. But I'm just getting ahead of myself. So yeah, my profession was being the miner, and well, it was pretty much hilarious to being in that civilization, I must say, because I don't. There's like a lot of things to talk about. I just don't know to where to start. We basically we were prospering, to sum it very lightly, with no real government oversight. We basically allowed ourselves to make whatever the hell we wanted. We just decided to, hey, that mountaintop looks pretty cool. Let's make a castle over there. And we just then decided to, well, make a keep, which then acted as our home base. Honestly, it was pretty cool, pretty cool. We also then decided to, well, meet with other civilizations. Some of us went even further beyond that and actually traveled the entire world because they were bored. I know that because there was this player named Sparkling Memory who did that, and her friend who I forgot the name of. But yeah, it was pretty chill for the most part in the first half of the sessions in Polaris. I mean, there were a few incidences with like mobs sneaking up on us and killing us, but yeah, it pretty much was pretty well. Also, I'm just a little bit anxious, but I think I'm handling pretty well. Anyways, one notable event we had was when I decided as a miner, hey, I want to, we live in right next to like the mountains. I should probably get some levels up to get some emeralds and make an emerald block because why not? After some arduous time mining, I finally managed to make said emerald block, and I placed it for all of our members to see. And guess what happened? Shot Rush came like a genie, and he gave his ID to someone in our
It's
civ.
always the god Shotwish,
That was
honestly.
pretty
Every
funny.
time you see a godly object, it's always Shotwish, 100%.
Yeah, we we it somewhat became like a semi-important religious symbol, I guess. Not really religious, but like a totem. That'd be better to describe it as. Yeah. Now, the more important bit, the our downfall. So, from what I basically have gathered from across all of our, archived history is the fact that two rogue terrorists slash guardsmen were in our ranks, and they decided, hey, let's make the world fun by attacking everyone and blaming it on each other, yeah, so I wasn't really there when it began to happen, other than like being informed of the invisible terrorists. But um I slept through what was basically the only session where I could have gotten informed that Polaris might have gotten declared war on. So,
It's always the Minecraft politics you
uh,
miss when you don't show
yeah,
up. Like, every single time you miss a
yeah,
single session, everything dies. That's the fun of it, isn't it? That's the fun of Minecraft.
I didn't really participate in the political aspects when they happened, but okay. Oh my God, I'm just looking at the chat as well.
I'm not 100% sure when editing that you can see the actual chat, but if you can, woo. If not, sucks to suck.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the stage and I'm just gonna get booed at in my DMs. Yippee. Anyways, basically, I slept through the most important session, and then I was in Canada when I just came back because I wanted to visit a friend there, personal stuff. I didn't know Polaris and Canada were at war, and what culminated was a bit of a funny moment because I assumed Oh yeah, this was during the rampage from Craftopia terrorists. So I was there to assume, hey, maybe Canada and Polaris could team up and defeat Craftopia's terrorists, and then without even me realizing it, Polaris, after like 10 minutes of me being there, they just my own actual civilization attacked Canada, and one of my own members killed me. Oh god.
There's a lot to say about Polaris, honestly. As someone who heard about the deed in the same world, it was an experience. They were very evil. I heard. I believe that.
I am not blaming Polaris. I'm just saying that those are two individuals missing float. Anyways, yeah. We got our shit kicked in, and honestly, it was very quick. Basically, we after the attack on Canada failed because I got to look at the war footage and whatnot. Canada and the bright side of Craftopia attacked Polaris through the Never portal, and all of our members were not prepared except for the guardsmen. We only held up for like 30 seconds in the Never portal before all of our guardsmen died, and they just went into the keep and just took it over with no resistance at all.
I think at this point, the chat was going wild, so I invited one other person in here to help with these claims that this guy was making.
All right, time to discuss some arduous things. All right, let's get it.
Hello. No, I'm not.
Hi.
I'm gonna be civil. Yeah. Well, so we did actually get attacked by Craftopia, and it was confirmed by Craftopian leader who was in our base. What Lumina and Dusk did was maybe hot-headed, but they had every right to do what they did. We actually got bombed for no reason by Craftopia, a
Let me
civilization that
stop you there. Yeah, we got a during the last 3 minutes of like session 10 or 11, I believe,
yeah
the literal meeting room got bombed by TNT, and some of us
yeah
died, and
like
everything else happens.
okay, my perspective is that I have been 10 minutes before that, before the attack, I have been in Craftopia. I was flying the Gast, and I was driving people from Polaris to the UN meeting. And I didn't found any stragglers, so I decided to go to Craftopia for a little tour because I always viewed them as being very friendly. I went there, I found them preparing for war. They said they were going to attack the Decalon civilization. So I took some people I found there to Polaris. When I came back 10 minutes later, we got bombed, and I see in Polaris a person who was there in Craftopia preparing for war. I see them there leaving our castle, like 2 minutes after the bombing. Lumina and Dusk were like, they had every right to go to Craftopia. Craftopia have just attacked another civilization, seemingly for no reason. We had no idea why they did that. And then they bombed us. So we had every right to do that.
I will say here, again, editing crazy, as a person of Decalon who was attacked, it was in this world, a lot happened. It was very chaotic, a lot of misinformation was spread. It was a time to be alive.
With no unified newspaper organizations, we basically were all in the dark, and we just if you weren't there for the main meeting, you basically missed out on all of the happenings of the world and just made your life 10 times worse.
Yeah, and also the Craftopian stance on this is that the person who bombed us was a rogue agent, but like you can't say that Polaris attacked Craftopia and then say that the person who bombed us was a rogue agent, because this is hypocrisy. Yeah, like your person from your civ is a rogue agent, but two people from our civ are not rogue agents. We are evil. This is lies. This is deception, propaganda, Craftopian propaganda.
Okay, at this
have a
point,
bit of a
just to like get things moving, what do you guys think of the event overall? Like as a scale of 1 to 5, we've done this before, but like 1 being terrible, 5 being amazing.
would rate it as like a 4. It had some of its flaws, but yeah, it was pretty good. I made like a lot of statues, aka tutorial by Mag Ray. Go follow her. She makes good builds, not sponsored. And yeah, it was. I think the only reason as to why it wasn't a 5 was probably because of just how maybe a little bit too much LARP, but that's just me.
Well,
Oh, and by the way, just as like a bit of a final saying, Deadpool guy in the original settlement near Spawn, Vinland, thank you for your sacrifice. Your actual constant deaths to ward off those mobs actually paid off very well. All right, I did not catch your name, but God bless you.
I gave in the poll that Shotrash posted, I gave the event 3 out of 10. Honestly, it was kind of ruined for me because of the communication. This is something I'm constantly bitching about because yeah, well, you guys changing your mind so much is like really disorienting. The fact that like the XP doubling was super disappointing, and it tanked my motivation to play, honestly, pretty much. And yeah, and all the guardsmen stuff, like the fact that they were killing. This is nothing for you actually, but yeah, all the wars were not fun, and people were super actually angry. Well, I also was actually angry. Like this wasn't a LARP. Yeah, honestly, these were real emotions. But yeah, the communication, like, please stop changing your mind. Just make a decision and stick by it. Just don't change it. Don't change it. Like, say something and stick by it. That's my main point.
Easy enough. Now on to the next person.
Hey there. I was Whispered Bloom in this event. I was in World 2. I was in Canada. And I have to say, I was surprised at how well we did this event. I thought this was gonna be another like it was gonna be like another complete shithole, but we're actually doing really well for most of the event. So really surprisingly well, since we were kind of badly organized on the first 2 days. But I think honestly, despite the trash talking you might see in chat, Soft Soul was actually really good at putting everything together. Like maybe they weren't really great on the political aspect of things, but they were really good at organizing everybody and like getting people to know what they were meant to do. By the way, I want to like wait for questions. I think it's better if you like ask me something.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being terrible and 5 being amazing, what did you think of the event overall, or your experience at least?
Oh, 5 totally. I love that. I love it. Honestly, it was the first time ever I've gotten to really like participate in some sort of big event, and not just be a total pushover. Like I have a lot of hours on PvP Legacy and stuff, but I just tend to fold under pressure when actually like fighting people. And I was really happy I actually did well this event instead of just being a meat shield as I usually am. I was actually part of the group that I was actually part of the war band that went to Polaris. So I'm sorry about that, but I mean, we were kind of justified. I gotta be honest. I don't think it was super. We had our pretty good reasons to attack. I wouldn't really know. I wasn't super like focused on the politics. I was gone for a few sessions and I didn't really know what was going on. But from what it has been explained to me, I feel like we were pretty justified in what we did. Since we also didn't even like destroy Polaris, we very much like just let them stay afterwards. We were being very nice to them in general. We even had a whole thing that we wouldn't like kill anybody who wasn't like fighting, and we almost followed through on that. War is chaos. Okay, it's hard to stay on track the entire time. So I'm pretty sure someone else than me, I didn't kill any civilians, but someone else definitely killed a couple of people that they weren't supposed to.
I will say the main consensus I got from this is that a lot of the problems dealt with the terrorists. Like the event overall wasn't a failure or anything like that. It's just the terrorists being overpowered with guardsmen was kind of the big issue that a lot of civs had to deal with, which is kind of it's fair enough, but yeah, it's just an issue that a lot of people have to deal with. And talking to people who from both sides who are terrorists and who weren't, it's an interesting thing to talk about.
I think definitely the okay. So like, if we're talking the main event aside from the last like 2 days, then it was definitely the invasion of Polaris. That was some of the most fun I've had in this game in a while. Actually getting to use what I've learned instead of just training all the time was really fun. Actually awesome. And if we're talking outside of it, after the Olympics, like 20 minutes before the session, before like everything ended, like before we got teleported to the, I still don't know what happened, but before we took the group photo, I just randomly started killing people. I potted strength, speed, invis, and fire resistance, and just started critting people out. And I fought for a solid 25 minutes against like most of the people at the not most of the people, but most of the people who were like armored. I wasn't attacking anybody who wasn't in armor, just like a few people. Like I was just for a solid 25 minutes we were just fighting, and that was awesome. It was also really fun. And I mean, I only did that because I knew the event was about to end, and I just wanted to like, do violence a little bit. And if you check the media channel, actually, there is a really funny outcome to that. I ended up since we all killed each other. I killed 2 guys, and then the third guy got killed by a zombie because that zombie picked up a full set of enchanted diamond armor and an enchanted axe and a shield, and it was killing everybody. That was we created a fucking monster. It was literally. We just could not do anything about it. Thank God the server ended like 5 minutes after the fact, but it was absolutely hell. Also, I had this thing where during, I think, session 2, I traveled. I was a little bit bored. I wasn't really finding my place with any of the civilizations before I found Canada. So I was a little bit bored. So I decided to go out and just explore and go as far as I could. I think I went like a couple, like 20,000 blocks away from spawn. I checked on like replay mod and it was about that much. I left a single chest with like everything I had, and a poem titled "The Traveler's Memoir" or something. I can't remember. And I just killed myself afterwards. So if you see the din map and it has just like a long string of loaded chunks going out in one single direction, then that's me. I mean, I did that in the last event. In Trial 2, I was in World 1, I think, with like Fortin and stuff. I think was that World 1.
Ooh, was Fulton World War? Yes, people in chat saying yes.
Yeah, okay. So I was in World 1 and I loaded just a long ass path away from spawn because this was before I betrayed Fortin and killed their only librarian. That's more, that's pertaining to the last event. But I just ended up charting a gigantic path through like to the north of the map. Completely on my own. Randomly, and if you look at the map, you can see that like the little line going up was me. I think I've done this multiple times. I don't know why I have the compulsion to do this on the first few sessions, but I always do.
And then did you then join Canada after the first 2 sessions?
Yeah. I met one of the people from Bold, which was next to Fortin, and we talked about what I did in Fortin for a while. And afterwards, he pointed me towards the nation of Canada, and after a scary trip, I almost died a couple of times. I made it there, and I decided that I wanted to be there because it was one of the like most interesting looking like spots I've ever been in, and the people were really cool. So I just decided to join.
All right, after all of that talking, I was gonna say real quick. Any shoutouts you want to do for any people for your server, anything like that?
Shout out Driftless Flame. I don't know if he'll hear this, but that was the guy I fought for like 25 minutes at the end of the session, and also the guy who I teamed up with for the first 30 minutes of the event before lagging out and dying. So yeah, shout out that guy. And also, I think I don't exactly remember his name, but it was like Cursed Rain, I think. I took that guy hostage and forced him to be a gladiator, and that was pretty fun. Also, one more thing, and this is, I think, okay, I'm sorry if I'm gonna drag a little bit, but I forgot to say this, and I think it's really funny. I actually did not have the name Whispered Bloom when I first joined the server. My original name was icy open square bracket cold close square bracket shard. I don't understand how that happened, but the generator fucked up and gave me that name, and I had it for the first like 5 sessions, I think, before Shot Rush personally came down and changed my name, re-rolled me to Whispered Bloom, and there's still people who think Icy Cold Shard just logged off and this Whispered Bloom guy appeared one day, and I think that's really funny. There's still people who don't know that both of those were me.
All right, this is the epic transition. Next interview.
We could try get someone from World 1, because we've had someone from World 3 and two from World 2.
You might remember me as June, our Nautilus leader from Trial 2.
That's not your first time on the Modcast.
It's not the first one. Can I ask if I can add also my second in command, AD, on the stage?
Sinuous Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Eddie, where are you, Eddie?
They are in chat.
Yeah, it's Chris. You need to lift your hand, Eddie.
Here, why not you add them, like in the chat?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, they're here. It's
There we
Sinuous
go.
Eddie Sugar Nuts. Oh, and the first question has to be before
Hello,
we
Eddie.
get to any of the
okay.
serious
Hello.
questions. The first question has to be, why is it called Sugar Nuts?
Oh no.
You answer that, Eddie.
Yo, sugar was just because we had like massive sugar cane, and not because Ender was a pretty peculiar guy, we could say.
I mean, bro.
Yeah, you could.
That's why
maybe
I
ask
won't
up all the
say the name of
questions.
our horse.
Yeah, no, don't.
Yeah, of course.
Could give PTSD to people. Anyway, hello, name is Velveteen Alo. Everyone call me Valentine Alo for some reason. And this is my second in command and Sinuous Eddie, that everyone call Eddie, because he was the only Eddie in our world. I was part of a nation that died. I was the leader of a nation that died because of Alter. That's pretty much that's it. It never revived, and I was other than that, I created, I think, the first movement of the entire trials. Like, I created a movement called the Nautilus Wanderers movement, which mean that everyone with a Nautilus shell was a part of the movement who wanted peace. And it was not like calibrated to one nation, it was to a lot of nations. Like, everyone their own way. We don't know who was a member, who wasn't, but if you show your Nautilus, you want peace.
It seems like moving far away
Which
from
was
spawn
interesting.
is like the best way.
Yeah, we
to
were
be safe,
from.
for the most part.
Well, it worked until the Fire Nation attacked. Like, I don't know if he's still in the chat, but we had a well-known terrorist who exploded, I think, KD, 15 people at once with a respawn anchor during a peace discussion. Yeah, here's the AZ Flash. He's in the chat.
He's in chat, yeah.
So I'm saying that to you personally with all of my heart. I love how much I hate you right now. No, bro destroyed everything. He destroyed every nation. He destroyed everyone. They were the last one in Diamond Armor at the end of the session, and they killed themselves because they were bored. Like, come on, dude. It's not playable.
I mean, I think I said here, you can't have a good hero without a good villain. You know, that's how it works.
Yeah, but like, villain need to have a cool backstory, else they're just shady. Bro just said, I'm bored, I'm going to explode everyone. Like, come on, dude.
I mean, I will say again, you can't have a good
Anyway.
hero without a good villain. It made people annoyed, like hella annoyed, but that is kind of how that works. But it's kind of an inevitability. But yeah, anyways, back to the questions I had. Scale from 1 to 5, you know the drill.
2.5.
I'd give it a 4.
Well, let's just say it's because I always got recruited into nation who was either harboring terrorists, nation who died like mine, nation who was my friend and got destroyed by those said terrorists, or friends fighting each other over power, and I was just burned out after it.
No, for me, I really liked the political aspect of it, not for all the just the social part, because in trial 1 I was like a miner that was like all the trials underground, so just being able to see the sun was actually good. And the only problems I really had was the plugin, because I as a class was a kneeler and it was so bugged. It was so bugged. We didn't have any bandages for like 5 trials or sessions. I don't know how you call it, guys. But we didn't have any bandages. I couldn't farm XP because bandages give you like 15 XP per heal. So it's like one of the most XP method to get them. So yeah, it was so slow and so bad. Other than that, it was pretty good.
Now, I'm not sure exactly what I said here, but I'm assuming something about the happy gas. Because there was once the skill gap got decreased, a lot of happy gas existed. And this trial had an infinite amount of happy gas around.
The happy gas? Yeah, like War 3, I think, had the most happy gas around. Like, if I have to account for every happy gas that was, in my knowledge, created, there was like 30 in circulation. I had 3 on my name. Big Snowball 1, who got stolen, 2 who died in the war, and 3 who got stolen by those said terrorists. But like, I had like 3 happy gas for myself to explain how much happy gas there were around. And they were so fun to just hang out on, go through saves, talk, give gifts, give gifts to them. Just chilling compared to everything that was happening on the ground.
Specifically session 7. That was when
actually.
Yeah, the right middle, when every nation like stopped like going around each other and everyone was like pretty chill. Me and him we were just going around boating around on top of the happy gas, just giving gifts to people and being wanderers. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Was the only peaceful session of War 3. This thing has been like in between wars for a lot of people.
I will say again, this was these trials were perfect for the griefers. Or like, this was the story of the griefers. Before it was kind of like a side story, but these were like the main stories of the griefers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Smurfers, but let us Smurf. Yeah.
I mean, the problem was the only thieves that had a lot of people, because church had like a lot of people, but they never like they were pretty chill. The real problem was like for the first 6 session was the war between the holders and Nolite. We in Shogunate were like in the real middle, so we were like 1 time per session we had like political talks in our land. So we were pretty scared that we were just going to get like bombed. So yeah.
Oh, talking about that, actually, I see people in the chat who talked about it. I think I should mention it. Apparently, some of the terrorists have been metagaming between one another to communicate. But there has been no proof, and nobody could gather any proof. But everyone knew apparently about it, because I mean, even I had a lot of suspicion for how they would talk or be there all together at once for some reason, even though they were all like placed everywhere on the world. It was pretty, suspicious. Yeah, I know about that, but it's still like there was so much feeling of meta gaming. I'm not
It's a
sure
pretty
about
big
it.
world. It's hard to find someone. I used like only 2 sessions to find him, and they were like technically all together.
All right, well, you know what time it is. It's time for shout outs. Anyone you guys want to shout out real quick for your civs? Part of just anyone you want to shout out.
Oh, hell yeah. Eddie, you want to go first?
Nice, although just sugarnuts, my people love them. They're pretty
Yeah.
crazy, but pretty good too.
I want to shout out Cursed Portal. Really wonderful person. The third official member of the Nautilus. Wow, I have a hard time talking. The Nautilus Wanderers. As well as just everyone who participated, because that was cool to talk with you guys. Oh, also, Silken Tangle, you are never a leader. We just wanted to make you happy. I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, like it was pretty sympathetic and stuff, but no, Silken, you're not a leader. We just wanted to be kind with you because you sound like a
Was
kid.
going around yapping for war.
So, yeah, okay, yeah. Next interview person. This one was interesting.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Do you have any questions or like I don't know? I'm up. I requested to speak because I don't know. Were you asking any questions? Or
You're evil, Soft. You're evil.
how am I? How am I evil? How am I evil? Tell me how I'm evil.
You let them kill me in Graftopia. I will never forget.
Okay. I mean, it was necessary. Okay, I had to save face in front of my political friends.
That was so evil.
What was I gonna do? I had 2 shekels and a pair of leather boots. I couldn't do anything.
You can run.
Evil.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess I wanted to see Decalon, but I never got to see Decalon because I
blew up.
my meetings. Oh yeah, it got blown up by a bunch of Craftopian insurgents or something.
Decalon was
Don't
great.
worry, we got plenty of backups. Believe me.
It blew up not I think before the backup level. But
Decalon was fun. Didn't they win the Olympics?
We had backups. We have backups going back to the end of data collection. So unless they blew it up back then, we're fine.
Okay, that's good. Dude, the people hate me. That's actually a lie, though. People love me.
Decide how we're gonna release the backups, or which ones are we gonna do, trimming, various other things that I have planned. Gotta figure out which we do, which we don't. Those renders I make, can't exactly release one for every single one. I think. I guess we could, but I don't know. Put resources toward things.
Nesworld.
I was wondering if Softsoul was actually going to join us on the stage, but as in your profile in. But
oh yeah, I had to edit this podcast because of this issue. Great times.
Okay, well,
I love my job.
I'm above the law as usual. Okay.
So Softsoul, I believe you were the leader of Canada.
Yes.
Is that true? So how did that come about? How did you end up as?
Let me tell you. Okay, so in the beginning, there were 2. Actually, there were 3 people that I say that were kind of influential. Sleepy Frost, who was the organizational person. She really liked her organization in the storage room.
Gave her a lot of food to organize.
There was a lot of food to organize, especially in the latter half when this unknown character named Lost Root kept making me want to kill myself with their 3 full food chests at a time. But there's this guy at the beginning. There were 2 people, or 3 people: Lambent Cushion, Twisting Current, and Sleepy Frost. Lambent Cushion was actually a good leader. Okay, he organized everyone. He did the clear comm stuff, right? But I didn't like that because I tried ordering people around, but he kept he kept overpassing my authority because he was actually good at his job. So I kind of overthrew him. There are a few people who didn't like him, so I was like, okay, you break his beds, and then I'll find a way to kill him, and I did. I dragged him to the mine, to the quarry, and I was like, oh, take a look at that thing down there. Take a look at that stairs down there. There's 4 diary, and then I pushed him off. He literally said, oh, you're not gonna push me off to the quarry, are you? And then I pushed him off to the quarry. And then I kind of executed him.
How you lying, Kingdom? Okay.
Yeah, basically, no, that is true.
Evil stuff. Then you say,
I took complete control because during when I went into this game, I had the sole objective of I want to get as much power as possible. I want to have as much power as I could feasibly have, ever. I kind of mellowed out though during the middle of the game. But twisting. Oh yes, back to the leaders. So Lambent Cushion was out. And Twisting Currents. He was kind of like a thorn on my side for a little, but he eventually retired after. I would say Twisting Current and Golden Cavern both tried to coup me, but I don't know. I think the people love me too much, and they like defended my honor, which is kind of crazy. I expected totally to be ousted because, in actuality, I was and don't tell the people this. I was a terrible leader.
I
You
knew.
were a fine leader.
I was well. I don't know. I told let's say, how do I say this? I just people ask me like, oh, well, what do I do? What's my job? And I just kept like, I had like vague recollections that like, oh, this person's good at their job. Like, take example, Dreamy Portal. I kept sending miners his way, because I was like, I don't fucking know how to mine. Like, I don't know, like, what do you like? You grab a pickaxe and you like hit a bunch of stone, right? I don't fucking know how to do that. So I just like sent them to like people I knew who were like kind of competent, probably. And that's just kind of like how it was. And then I don't know, people wanted like I guess to show off their achievements, so I always wanted to, because like I love my people, all right. So I was mainly there to like to morale boost. I feel I like Lost Root, great example. Always showed me their fucking insane amounts of food, which I still don't know how they got.
Farming.
Yeah, I could have guessed it. Okay, okay, Lost Root, I could have guessed it.
There's reasons I wanted the cows.
But I don't know. People love showing me their things. I was like, okay, sure. And then I don't know. I guess the people love me. I even tried to hand down power at some point near the end of the session, and the people, they kept chasing me. They even threatened to leash me back all the way to my play to like Canada. So I guess this is kind of how it went.
You must be leader.
Basically, that's kind of how it was. It was evil.
You should have given me political power. So
I should. Well, no, you took political power for yourself. You did a great job of saying that you were second in command.
Yeah,
I think the
nobody
people, they
believed
believed
me.
you. No one believed you. Well, okay. Here's the thing: you kept like your kleptomaniac instincts you kept stealing from people, and I couldn't stop it. I remember that one time we were heading to Canada, and you stole from Pirates Cove, and then you called them poor. It was fucked up of you. It was so fucked up.
They were poor.
God.
You stole from them.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, they're poor after you stole.
They were poor before. I'm gonna be honest with you. Pirates Cove was not a rich land.
I didn't even steal. I just jumped off, opened all their chests, grabbed nothing because they had nothing, and then said, run, they're poor.
That's the thing. You told me to run. You told me to boat away. Like, I'm like, what do I even do at that point? That's the most suspicious thing I could possibly do.
Molten Dawn, the evil is evil.
No, well, yeah, kind of actually, but no. He caused so much international like diplomatic incidents because he kept fucking stealing from people, and he burned down a building in Craftopia, and he was like, "Well, it was an ugly building, so maybe it deserved it." And I'm like, "No."
I burned down one building. People said I burned down like the entire country. I don't know who did that. Nobody else did that.
The Hillside Gooners did that. Those were like fucking evil fucking schmucks.
Like I barely I don't know why people have me like the main terrorist. I did nothing in this world. Like I did barely anything. I just stole, burned down a building, and then shot people with a bow in like session 2, in like some ship that was abandoned. I did nothing else the entire trial.
Yes.
And people had me like the Antichrist.
No, I think they were so fearful of the Bridge Valley Slashers' reputation that when you came into our world, they just knew.
At this point, I started looking at the timer and be like, "Time to get to it." Shoutouts quickly.
Yeah. Sorry, I gotta thank you everyone for being in Canada. Sleepy Frost, Dreamy Portal, fucking Enchanted Cavern especially. I remember I pawned off your happy gas to Sleepy Frost to make her happy. That was fucked up of me. Fucking, it was like, I mean, I don't know, everyone made Canada so awesome. Mystic Grave, you made a fucking goat of I think you made the best nether mob farm ever to exist, so, I don't know. But yeah, that's about it. Oh yes, absolutely. Fucking Pulse Emerald made the fucking goated copper statue, that I didn't get to see till the end, and it was awesome.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
I'm assuming I said a funny joke there. So everyone just laugh real quick. Anyways, next person.
I think you could grab Rushing Wind if you haven't grabbed someone already. Just get someone. I know someone from the other world that we haven't heard from yet, and I know Rushing Wind was in that world.
I will say, my co-host asked me to pick a person. I picked someone I thought would be funny, and it turns out it was very funny, but very weird at the same time. But it was, you know how it is. This other detective of metagaming. It happens to the best of us, obvious, I think.
Yeah, so recently I've been investigating this metagaming mystery, and I'll accept it. I'll accept it. They invited me to the server. I checked it out, but I'll accept it. Like there were some suspicious things. Like they made the server after like 30 minutes after the thingy, but
It's amazing how
I'm not
love
a
even
bad
works
guy. I'm not a bad
in the
guy.
Modcast. Like, this guy sounds like a 1920s detective who's been smoking his
Because
entire
I
life.
have been a detective for like the past 20 minutes. I've been looking to find this David, bro. Like, nah, bro. But okay, like they're innocent for now. For now. Mm, but but the event was pretty good. Like I don't like for the next sessions will the metagaming still be on?
Next session,
Or no?
it won't be allowed. But this session is fine.
Because like
That's more or less how it works.
okay. I'm keeping
Yeah,
my eyes
you
on
start
you.
metagaming, you just stop existing.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. It's
Yeah.
like ruins the research kinda.
Wait, you're so anonymous that we don't even know which world or what your name was. Like,
I'm from level 3. I'm from level 3.
what was your name?
I will say, I had to keep muting at this point because this guy's voice was just
What?
making me laugh too much.
What
Here,
do you
I
say?
can look it up.
I'm from
He's
like
from World
the
3. He was Frosted Diamond.
yeah. I got caught a few times by the terrorists. It was pretty epic, to be honest. It was like scripted almost. Like at session 11 to 12, like 10 terrorists just terrorized the whole server, and then like everyone grouped up and I killed them. It was pretty epic. But shit, I wasn't there for the whole thing. But it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I can't lie. It was pretty cool. The session, like the trial. But to be honest, bro, nerf baby zombies, bro. On everything, nerf baby zombies, bro. They're faster than the fucking Flash. Like this is just not fair. Like I don't know if you guys have seen baby zombies, but they're faster than an arrow, literally. You can't fucking avoid it. But it's pretty good. I like the trial. Yeah, bro. It was pretty sick.
I asked at this
Type
point about his
stuff.
experiences in the actual event because I was curious about that.
I don't remember too much now, but I think like the leveling up system, bro. For level 3, you need like 5,000 experience, which is just like no life, bro. If you get to level 3 in blacksmith, bro, get a life, bro. I tried, and I'm not doing all that shit for fucking gold weapons, bro. I'm never making gold shit. 5k for fucking level 3, my ass, bro. Wanting me to craft like 10,000 stone axes, bro. Like, nah, but that's not cool. That's not cool, chat. Nah, bro, like gold weapons, bro. I've never crafted a gold weapon in my entire career of playing Minecraft. And I've played for like 10 years. Like, gang, come on. Like, can we remove the level for gold from every class, bro? Gold is never getting used. Like, please. It is the most useless stuff, bro. And and then why do you need to be level 4 to like place lava? Like, that just kinda ironic, you
Well,
know?
if you see trial, what was it, trial 1, with all the lava casting, I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that's
true.
potentially why they did it. Because there was
Dude,
places
also-
like Dead Horse got like covered in lava like a few times.
Yeah. Also, like, why are the drops like on cows so big and on everything it's just normal? Like, it doesn't match up. You know?
I don't know. Why was that?
I was gonna say this was not a
Yeah.
Q&A. This is like a Modcast. So I think people got confused on what is what.
Yeah, we need to ask
was.
you questions.
It's like it says it's a Q&A. It literally says
Well,
Q&A.
channel name.
Yeah, that's the name. Come on, gang.
Yeah, at this point I was losing it a little bit, so I
Okay.
gotta ask for shoutouts really quick because I couldn't handle it.
What? Nah, wait. Shit. Shout out to Tower Volleyball, the last stronghold. That shit was like we fell in like 2 minutes, but still, like that was sick. Trust. It was chill.
Well, right, with the I had a follow up question for that one. There was something I could attach to where I had info. Oh well, maybe we'll get someone else. I really want to put my foot down and suggest someone from the other world, like because there's a few people. I know there's Drownstar, Monkey. I don't think I have the power to. There's Machitos. There's like I can see 4 people at least that were from that world. Yeah, so you can see in chat some people who are saying, Monkey is saying a lot that they're from there. They've also got Silken is also from that world. But we can still do them. You can still. It's just to get some representation in because we've had 0 people from that world so far, and there's three worlds, and how long we've been going.
Oh shit, I didn't think I would actually get up. Okay, listen, I have to explain. You did not let me up the whole time. I became as a little shitty pirate and like wandering around. I tried to be a pirate and robbed 0 people. And then I became a rich billionaire by committing massive tax evasion. And then I got full like gold armor. I had a chest full of gold. And then I got 2 husbands and they were both twins. Incendiary Torch can bring him up. He will vouch that he's my husband and he's a twink.
Is he even here?
He is.
Oh no, here. Yeah. All day in Incendiary Torch. The hand is not up. His hand is now up.
I became a celebrity. Everyone in the world, they would see me come up to their shore like on my journeys, and they're like, "Oh, it's the rich monkey." Everybody knew me.
I mean, it's not wrong, but I was kind of.
I guess I was
I was
AFK when you added me up here.
Okay, I can start. I was in Cinder Torch. My Discord name is Alde. I was part of World 1, I think. A member of the Ironport Nation. Yeah, that's me, I guess. Yeah, I was kind of randomly brought up here, but
At this point, it had been a couple hours of doing interviews, and so we had to do duos to make things move quicker. And so that's why this was kind of confusing.
It was more the one-sided duo. It was more Rushing Wind.
it's fine.
Rushing Wind was like, I could be a duo with this person.
It's the same way we got married. He didn't really get a choice.
Yeah, bro. Forced marriage too.
Next time I do a Modcast, I'm doing it in duos and stuff like that. But anyways, ratings of the server of the event.
5.
I would say like 4.5. Yeah, 4.5. Yeah. I guess my only critique is maybe that in the beginning guardsmen were like too OP, and then at the end the PvP was kind of weird, where like everyone was super tanky, so you couldn't really kill anyone or something. I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, that's my only quarrel. But yeah.
Okay, I have an Iron Port question, how did you manage to develop and not get like massively terrorist attacked in Ironport?
So, I mean, one of the first things we did was kind of like we actually made like an ID system where we gave everyone like a paper that we had named to like some word, and then you have to put it in a barrel and like the iron doors open and shit. And then We always had a guard like on top of the walls, like walking, like 24/7, and that's where I was the majority of the time. And we also built like stasis chambers towards the end, so like if we got invaded, you could pull everyone's pearl to get ready. And when we got invaded, or like they tried to invade once, but the thing is, we got a warning ahead, and they all came through the nether portal, and we had just trapped the nether portal, so they were all just stuck there, so they couldn't do anything. So we just won. So that was kind of easy. And then no one tried to mess with us, except one due to like blue TNT, but we chased him down and killed him too. So, I mean, that's how we did it, I think. And massive walls thing worked, I guess.
Basically, long story short, they were kind of Ironport was like out of the way. It was kind of a long journey from spawn, or like no, like you had to like take a kind of curve that no one thought you had to take. And then when people did realize where we were, by that time we were already built up. We had like high security members. Anyone who entered had to be searched and marked down on a log. And then
Oh, yeah.
kind of just nobody wanted to mess with us because we had a like really good stuff.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that too.
From what I recall, I said living far away was a good way to be defensive.
Yeah. I think one of the main things was like building pretty far away, and then making a nether highway. We didn't make it, but I think we made some. Like we only made the way connecting to the rest of the highway. But like doing that made it so when people were going to invade us, they were like going to think, oh, let's take the nether highway. It's the fastest and stuff because they were so far away. But then it's easy because you can just trap the nether. So being far away kind of incentivizes people to go through the nether, which is easily like monitored, rather than like the overworld where you have to look 360 around you and stuff. So I think that's also a pretty like relevant thing.
Similar to what I said before, building far away was definitely a great way to stay defended. That was a thing that worked in multiple trials, so it's a good strategy overall, I will say.
Yeah.
Another reason is I was there, and with my great magical like money strength, they all got afraid because if they even pulled up, I would just start throwing coins at them, and they would just take the coins and run away. Like
I believe you.
They all heard of me, and they got afraid of it.
You weren't always at Ironport. Like, how did you get there? Because you were like, I may have done some observing, but I saw that you were with someone called Fluffer Crown, or you were trying to find each other. But like, what was behind that?
This was my historical beginning. You see, at the start, I was just a wanderer, just wandering around because the time, like the schedule, didn't match up with me, so I didn't want to start any like civilizations. And then I saw this guy, and he said, "Do you want some food?" And I said, "Sure." And he was like, "Too bad, fuck you." And this was the start because I thought that was funny. So then later I saw him, and he was like, "Fuck you again," and we became friends after that. And so we just like went around. We went to Venice, and then we founded Troy, and then we stole from Venice. But then we got pushed off a bridge, and I jumped after him to save him. We got separated for like 4 sessions. It was a historical like trying to get together. I was looking all over the world trying to get back, and he was looking for me. And then eventually we met up together with the help of Ironport, of Fractured Frog. My boy Fractured Frog, he helped us together, and then we got together, and the first thing we did was we looted 2 abandoned houses, and they all had they had nothing except coal. And then he logged off, and he logged off at Ironport, and instead of going off on my own, I wanted to wait for him, but he didn't come back for like 4 sessions, and I ended up just living at Ironport. Then when he came back, he immediately got himself killed, and then never came back. I never saw him after that. So I kind of just stuck around Ironport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fluffer Crown was a bit chaotic, but also not that good at Minecraft. Or certainly not that good at the civlabs plugin, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely exactly what I was thinking. One time he was like asking me all the rules. He asked me what a guardsman was once, so he was a little bit of a noob. But
I will say everyone was a new gen at one point. It's just how it works. That's just the fun of it.
Listen, I was not a new gen, okay? This is not even true. I was there before Trial 0, and I was in Trial 0. I knew how it worked from the ground up. I was not a new gen.
As a wise man once said, that's what they all say.
No.
That's what they all say.
I didn't.
Wow,
I bought my way. I bought my way to knowledge.
Did you know Rushing Wind is actually an older gen than Shot Rush? It's a little known fact.
Wait, what?
This guy was on the server before Shot Rush. That's true.
I actually created Shot Rush.
Ah, shit, wait.
It's very factual information.
Unknown lore. Yeah, speaking of Shot Rush actually came to our civ. But it was kind of sad. We were gonna show him the Spleef arena, and the second he turned survival to like Spleef, we fucking killed him, bro.
I was Shot Rush. That was me.
Oh, okay.
No, you were there, Torch. You were there. I promise it was me, bro.
Yeah, I believe you.
At this point, I just gotta ask, any shout outs? Anything, people you wanna shout out? Any civs? You know the drill at this point. You know the drill.
Fractured Frog, Drowned Slumber, Silken Glint, let me think. I think that's it. But also, there's this place called like Yazagjo, and it was like this big old tree, and I was there in like session 2 and never saw it again. But I would like to imagine that they made a big old tree, and it looked pretty cool.
Maybe we'll hear from that a bit later today.
I also want to thank my mom and my dad because I'm actually famous now.
I will say, anyone in the comments who want to say, I know this guy, he's famous now, please put in the comments. Because I don't remember his name, but one of you guys might. So, yeah.
What is up, YouTube?
Okay.
And any final words on Central Torch?
I don't think so, except like maybe shout out to Drowned Slumber, Willowy something I can't remember, and Lovely Frosty, because I think they were all three of them were great leaders.
I had sound warning for this one, but
yeah.
next interview. All I'm gonna say, if an interview starts like that, you know you're gonna be in for a treat.
Okay, this little intro done. So I guess you wanna ask me how my session went, my trial went and shit.
Yes.
So I guess I was not the leader, but the founder of the Vegas civilization. I was quote unquote the Mr. House of the of World 1. So basically, if you wanna, I guess know how Vegas kind of started, it was like me and this guy were like met like I had this idea like I wanted to build new Vegas on the server. It never worked out. I'm probably gonna do it in a later trial. I'm gonna try. This isn't metagaming, guys. It's just shit in my head, bro. I'm not planning up to meet up with anyone. None of you, bro.
Yeah, I remember now. This guy tried the metagame so hard, and it failed.
Yeah. Anyway, so me and this guy, we just met up at spawn. We just met each other at spawn and went, yo, wouldn't it be cool to found New Vegas? And we all left. We got like a bunch of people that said like, yeah, that would be cool. Basically, we were left out into the ocean thinking, oh, there was going to be a desert. We were going to build some cool shit. So basically, we got to this spot. We thought it was a desert because of like, the chunk loading was absolute dog shit. And you thought turns out it was a beach. But we were kind of fine with it because I knew I was going to be able to terraform it anyways. So Vegas started off like people. We literally had this thing called, I guess, the death queue, where we had one bed and people would literally wait in line to get murked and we'd literally kill someone. They'd respawn on the bed for a split second before being sent back in the queue, and we'd break the bed, and the next one in line would set their spawn and do it again so it could reset their health. And that was until we got until our leader was chosen, who was also the healer. So, yeah, I guess chapter 2 of Vegas. There's 3 chapters I'm gonna be part of. I'm gonna talk about I guess kind of the downfall or like the beginning of the end. So basically, the leader wasn't really being listened to, and we had already dug a pit down to bedrock for like a mine and shit, and yeah, the builder was like, the leader was like, say, hey, don't build over this shit, and all the builders were like, how about I just don't fucking listen to you and we do that shit and we build over it anyway, and that caused literally the worst possible outcome. We called it a fucking mine noble, bro, and it was like there was like the fact that we sealed it up made it so I don't know why. I guess some open air mines maybe help with mob. Uh, uh, Maybe a combination of open air not being an open air mine and the mobs being fucking King Von this trial. Like I swear that the mobs literally would target you from like 100 blocks away, and just the moment they spawn in, they know that they want to ruin your fucking day. Like this baby zombies would be coming out of that mine constantly, and we'd like go back down to see like where they came from, and they were coming from fucking, I kid you not, a deep slate layer 3 chunks away, and they just target you. They were like fucking King Von, bro. So we had to patch that entire mine up, but the entire underside of the base, underneath of the base, was just infested. It got so bad that later on like during chapter 3, after the strip was made, like which the strip was like this entire terraforming project where I terraformed the entire coastline into a desert and built the Vegas Strip. It was actually like this entire torched up piece of land with almost no walls was actually safer than the main compound due to how many fucking mobs were under that shit.
This is true.
Okay, now I guess on to phase 3. I guess when the strip was built. So by the time the strip was built, like I was kind of like the only one left. I got like had like one casino. I was working on another. I was gonna build slot machines, but then I figured out, oh yeah, everyone needs to be builder to be able to use the slot machines I designed. And I forgot that this is a change. I guess a change that like to be made, but that droppers and dispensers can be accessed by anybody, but can only be crafted by builders. Just that, just so people can, just so it's easier to make slot machines in the future. Only reason. Uh, so I guess I opened the strip, and like it was actually super successful. Like we made a fuck ton of money off that. Like people from like every civ were just coming over there to gamble their life savings. We even got terrorists literally stealing from civs and then going to blow all their money on the casinos, trying to not get caught. Like they go ask, oh, where's the shit? I don't know where it is. It turns out it was all gambled away. Uh, so we had made like a fuck ton of money, like about like 20 diamonds. So our leaders said like, well, okay, we need to make it like a stash, so we don't get our shit stolen from. So he hid a diamond chest somewhere around the base. And like later on, like the last sessions, I asked like our leader was Glowing Twinkle. I was like, "Hey, Glowing, where did you put that diamond chest?" And he said like,
Okay.
"I think I forgot where I put it." And like,
No.
bro, how the fuck do you forget where you put the
No.
fucking diamond chest, bro?
Wait. Okay, first of all, I made armor with that. I made armor with those diamonds. And I distributed them to. I gave pants. I think I don't remember how I distributed them, but I had 3 diamonds left over, uh, from that. But I was told they were from mining. I didn't know they were from gambling.
No, we had made like over like 10 diamonds by this. I can't remember this guy came over with 10 diamonds and bought like 150 tokens worth of worth out
Oh,
of diamonds.
you
And
know.
then you said we need to, and you said you were gonna put them in a diamond chest. And then, like on the
Oh, I
last
did.
session, I asked you where the fuck is the diamond chest, and you say, I don't know.
No, okay, so basically a large portion of our like this was towards the end when we started declining in population. Basically a good portion of our active player base, Starlit, oh, I forgot off the top of my head. I'm just gonna refer to them by their first name. Starlit, Shivering, and Withered Horizon. They all went to a desert island in the middle of the ocean, sort of behind Troy. This wasn't where Refuge was, by the way. Um, they all went there, and I took all the resources that we needed uh, to that island, including some of the diamonds.
Okay. Also, I never.
totally
I
forgot
always.
about that.
I missed like the last session, and I always wanted to like do a meetup and just like, Because I was still like locked in. Like I wanted to like I built the strip. I'm not gonna leave this. Like I spent so much time on this. I'm not gonna leave.
Yeah.
Like it was my entire project from the beginning. From like session 2, I started terraforming.
I will say, I don't remember what I said at this point, but the best part about running Modcast, I will say this a little thing. I don't get to talk. I don't need to talk. I just let people talk. It's great.
Yeah,
What
I
did you
want to make a
rate
vid on
the
this, but I need
experience?
help making it because I don't know how to write a script and edit shit, bro.
How do you rate the experience 1 to 5? I'm not sure if we asked that question.
1 to 5, I guess a 3, because last session was like last time was a 4 out of 5 because it was very good experience, but Sunfish got fucking absolutely wrecked by the Crusaders. This time I'd say a 3 out of 5 because I got to, I guess, kind of get my goal done of making a gambling empire. One, it wasn't an empire. I did build some nice stuff, but my noble was just insane. Like the
Oh
entire
no,
factorized civ just killed itself off because of that shit. Just
it was
kind of
like definitely slow rot in terms of like habitability for that area.
yeah. And another
Whereas-
problem is that we just kept having less and less people on. Like every
Oh.
every session, just
Yeah.
not even because of my noble, just less and
Yeah,
less
no.
people were just logging on.
After the first session, not the first session, like the early
Second
first
session.
4 sessions, yeah, we had like a huge drop off in labor power, and that wouldn't have mattered because I was actively trying to recruit people. I would leave and go towards spawn, try to recruit people. I did get like 3, 4, Dappled Void, his friend Auroral, and this other guy named Void, but he was a miner and he went down into the mines and never returned.
Rest in peace.
Until the last session. But oh my god, I just lost track. Never mind. Bye.
Oh no. Yeah. But you had a cool ice rink. You had the ice.
Oh yeah,
the ice boat rating.
Yeah, there was the I have footage of an ice boat race on like the before last session. I could maybe edit and make a video like just a raw footage of the ice boat race. I lost
We
that
did-
shit hard.
We did betting on some of it. We didn't gain that many resources. I think maybe a stack of copper, but that was it was
Yeah,
fun.
not like we were always already using copper freaking casino tokens. So
Yeah. Oh, and also there was an issue with like someone creating fraudulent Vegas tokens, right?
oh yeah, I wasn't there for that. I just heard someone was counterfeiting the tokens and like
Yeah.
we had to we also because also someone also almost also wiped the entire casino clean of on like betting on redstone twice. But betting on sand, I think it was no gravel or sand. He either won on gravel or sand, then bet which was a 2x payout, and then bet on redstone for again all in. There was like no bet limit at the time. It was like I think a stack of tokens, and he actually won on redstone, which was like a 4x payout. So we were almost gonna get wiped until he went all in on gravel and lost. But after that point, we decided to put a max bet limit of 32 of half a stack, so we wouldn't get cleaned.
At this point, I didn't mention it before, but I had a timer for the amount of time people can speak, and it turned out the guy went on for a bit long, so I just asked for some shoutouts real quick. Do some shoutouts.
I guess a shout out. I guess glowing. I guess I don't know. I can't remember. What was it? Silent Cavern or something? Yeah, the other builder
Yeah, it
we
was
had.
Silent Cavern or
Shout out Silent Cavern. He built the entire Nether Highway and helped really do the infrastructure to prevent my noble from getting worse. I don't know who else. I don't
No
know.
one else was notable. I honestly.
Shout out myself, I guess. Shout out Curious Six, Real G,
okay.
bro.
I just realized what I wanted to say. Oh, jeez. Okay. I rated 5 out of 5. Didn't go as expected, but I liked it. Shout out Dappled Void. Shout out Glossy. I forgot the last name. Shout out all the builders in all the builders, all the miners. Yeah, bye.
Okay. I apologize. I asked like one more question about 3 times there, which dragged it out a bit. I apologize.
Okay, at this point, for time constraints, I kind of had to stop. But we did one more interview just for before I stopped the recording.
So the trio would be Hazy Flash, Shadow Eclipse, and Sleepy Eclipse. And they will explain why I've trioed them. And Shadow and
Yo,
Shadow
hello.
Eclipse.
This is the terrorist group. Is my mic good?
Why did he turn me up?
And Shadow Eclipse.
Snorlax.
Shadowed Eclipse. Snorlax.
Okay, Snorlax.
I remember just distinctly saying that we had a lot of terror scoops up.
What up?
Yo, we're all here.
I think it just ends up happening. I don't know why, but it just, Modcast things. It's interesting at least.
Yeah.
You know, it
So what-
definitely was missing out on Tangle, dude. Tangle was such a goat.
Oh yeah, Silk and Tangle was my goat, bro. Day one. He helped out so much. Dude, I just want to say all the terrorists were so cool and so chill. Okay, so
Yeah.
besides the terrorism,
Oh.
they were great people.
We were chill to ourselves.
When you got to know us.
Yeah, we were chill guys. Like for
Yeah,
real.
I let some people live. I didn't take everyone's life. I let some people go.
These statements are wild, I will say. But anyways, intros. Please introduce yourself and where you guys came from.
Okay.
Okay, here, I guess I'll go first then.
Well, yeah, we'll go.
Wait, are you ready?
Sleepy, you can go first.
Are you crazy setup? Hey, Sleepy Eclipse. I would like to say I'm the leader of the terrorist group, or like the head, because technically I did form it day one, and so like obviously without me,
Okay. You
the
formed it
group.
day one, but the people there on day one that stuck around was just me and you. Let's be real.
No, there's not memory and Glow. Well, it was mostly Glow to be fair. Memory, I think Memory betrayed dude, and Memory and Infernal Beacon, all low key dipped. Like, they betrayed me in a sense.
Yeah.
But that's who I am. I am the leader in a sense since I did form it, and I am. Hell no, Sleepy ain't the leader. How you gonna say I'm not the leader? I formed it. Without me, this wouldn't be a thing.
I
This
don't
is literally.
know.
I
I did a
literally.
lot of the heavy
did what-
lifting, is all I'm gonna say.
You did one bombing. You feel like you're the shit.
Ladies, let's
Anyways,
not
that's
argue.
Listen. We'll go over this later. It's fine.
whatever. Well, that's who I am. I love chaos. That's who I am.
Daisy, you want to go next? It's quickly done.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll go next. I am Hazy Flash. You might know me from my bombing. There was this like UN like Olympics meeting that was just like so many people gathered together. So I blew like all of them up. So like a third of the server died from that. And that sort of, led into all the terrorism that happened. We formed a group. We basically killed everybody. I can go like through all the stories and stuff, but yeah, I'm Hazy Flash. I'm a big terrorist, one of the big ones. I'd like to say I'm the leader personally,
One of the greats.
but one of the greats. There was a lot of greats though, There was a lot of greats.
I just want to say, I think the best part about this was the sheer audacity the terrorists had the entire event, and just how happy they seemed. Like just how beautiful everything was for them, and like their hard lives terrorizing the people.
Well, how else are they supposed to get their fame?
Again.
I'm saying, bro.
Should I go next, fellas?
Yeah, go next, Snorlax. You can
The
go
server,
ahead.
the
He's an
server puts
interesting
me on the
Again.
one.
bus.
I'm Shadow Eclipse. Some of you may know me this event as the leader of something Isles, albeit that was while I was alive and then I got rebuilt. But no, self-proclaimed Mr. Back-to-Back, terrorist of two worlds, aka Mr. World Destroyer. I go by many aliases. Whichever one you guys, prefer.
You can just call him Snorlax. It's okay.
Yeah, that one works too. Yeah, that's a good one.
I guess it's like the first kind of question was like, what did you guys do? Other than just like general terrorism, obviously. Like, what did you specifically do? That's kind of my question.
As a group, I mean, we killed everybody. Like
Yeah, we
literally
took
every
over the
civ
world.
we wiped out. So that.
Okay. So first. Okay, so after Well, I destroyed Atlantis a while ago, right? But during that time, no one knew that Hazy was with me. So I was mostly the scapegoat for like everything, or like I'd be blamed for everything. While they were like, well, Snorlax was there. Snorlax was not with us, but Hazy would always be like in the background, like planning or like leveling up, and he was more safe than me. Oh, yeah, no problem, dude. I was so glad to ruin your guys' day. So, anyways, after all that, he did the like to skip forward. He bombed the Olympic meeting, and I was trying to find him. After I found out it was him, to regroup, Silken was there, and then he gave us gear, and we like leveled up and just started like raiding everyone. Our first target was Holter, though. Like that was one of like the proud moments I would say is Holter. Holter was like this like powerhouse, and then they started like crumbling from like the inside with their own like bad leadership and stuff. But is that fucking Senku in the Q&A VC? So,
Yeah, I
anyways, that's
can.
I would personally say that's the most like biggest moment for all of us. It's just that like ignited like his bombing, way more people joined the winning side. We were the winning side to be fair. So after we took over Halters, we just started killing and raiding like anyone. But we let some people go.
Yeah, I mean,
Our watercourse.
so like the main thing, so the bomb, we did not have a team like going, like the bomb was just purely me. I did it, and then after that, I was completely solo. Like I had no teammates, no allies. I knew that Sleepy and Silken would like work with me for sure, but everyone else, it was an unknown.
Yeah, that from the
So
beginning.
yeah, after the bombing, it killed like a third of the server. It weakened a lot of civs. So then I immediately went to Halter and then like attacked there until like the counter forces showed up and then like escaped or whatever. And then basically after I got out of Halter, we slowly started assembling more and more players that were willing to raid people and work with me. Like I found Radiant Dim, who was a level 5 full diamond guardsman from Nullite, which is where like most of the terrorists were based at, joined
It
me.
was
And once that
Silken
happened,
that
it
played a
became so
lot.
much easier. Yeah.
Yeah, Silken help us grow a lot. Well, Silken helped with a lot more of like us getting members because when No Light and Halter was supposed to go to war, quote unquote, obviously my terrorist group, well, mostly me, was gonna be like the head or where the blame was pinned. But Silken wanted to be a part of it, so he obviously helped me get some more people to join. I gotta admit, to him, he had a good choice in people, but man, two of them low-key did betray us later on. But it made a funny story. I gotta admit, our story ending from like beginning to end was just absolute cinema.
Well, I guess my next question would be, how do you guys enjoy the experience? You know, the drill. 1 is terrible. 5 is the best you've ever had in your entire life.
Here,
Oh,
Hazy, you go
5. It
first.
was amazing. It was so fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
I
thought
had
it
a
was
blast
cool.
raiding everybody.
I gotta. Oh wait, Snorlax, you wanna go?
Yeah, I'd say it was 4 out of 5 because I went for 3 sessions and I come back and my entire civ's been leveled. So that probably ruined my day.
I know.
Yeah.
I honestly gotta go with like a 3 because there was so many times I was gonna literally quit, and then something pulled me back in because, well, obviously I'm a terrorist, so my life's gonna be hard no matter what. But there were definitely times when I was so ready to just fucking quit, and then something interesting would happen, or I would hear something interesting, and then I was like, okay, I gotta like get back in the headlights. I gotta like put myself back out there. But I had like a good end. I would say I had like so many moments where like I was just pissed at the game, or like just playing felt like meaningless. Cause I'd made my statement. I'd obviously like ruined people's day, killed some people, reset people, bloops and stuff. It was just like kind of getting a little bored. I felt just done with everything. But I would definitely give like a 3. There definitely is some improvements that could be made.
I will say, it was also funny just how, like, they said stuff like, oh, it's so hard to be terrorist and not being liked
Okay.
by people around the world. It's weird.
Also, Sleepy, your
No, I
life
had
wasn't hard, bro.
friends.
You had it so easy. The only
No,
people
the
who
fuck I
didn't like you
didn't.
was Halter, bro.
No, I wouldn't
Like,
get kicked out of this bro. So many
No,
places were trying to
to
like
be
kick me
fair,
out or ready to kill me.
and something else didn't like you,
I mean I
probably.
killed him on like
No, something
session
else.
2. Like he was like
Something
on
else
every
took me in.
KOS list.
Bro, something
Yeah.
I
else
let
to be fair
Sleepy
did
into
kick me
my
in.
civ.
Dude, you did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
what happened with that, bro?
I
How
killed
they
him
doing
session
then?
2, and then I like felt bad after we raided and all that, so I just let him chill. And then he like disappeared after session. Someone said.
Well, I disappeared because I was gonna turn myself in, and that fucking bastard leader of that Halter fucking killed me. I had a stasis chamber anyways. I was gonna escape anyways, but he had killed me. And then it was just like, what would that? No one understood what that would do because my terrorism just would continue. To my knowledge, I found out that he didn't like LARPing that much. But like, dude, he could have went with the story, bro. I had my ender, I had my stasis ready, I had my timer set. I was ready to go, bro.
Easy.
Sleepy. We had on earlier Mr. Fading Spark, who claimed they essentially made you. What would you? I'm
Who said that?
paraphrasing.
Hold on, who the fuck
Fading
said that?
Spark.
That's some
Hold on.
bullshit, by the way. That's
Hold on,
fucking
hold on.
bullshit.
I know who that is. Hold on. Mm-mm. First of all, let's get this straight, okay? He did not make me. He just publicized my name. Okay, he did not make me in any fucking way. I raided Atlantis on my own accord. He just took me there, which surprisingly was very closer than I thought, dude. But Sparks did not make me in any way, dude. I got interviewed and everything, not Sparks.
Yeah, so first inciting terrorism thing was at the start of the server. There was this place called Halter, right? It's like this big civilization. It actually used to be two places. I was trying to get them merged because I needed stuff to get done. I was living there, and then the sleepy guy comes in and is like, "Oh, I want to do terrorism. Do you guys want to give me gear so I can raid people?" And I'm like, "Okay, this guy's
Altus
stupid.
hired
They aren't
me.
gonna give
Oh
him
my god.
gear, but I want
Dude,
to kill people. I want to raid people." So I go up to him. I'm like, "Yo, I'll give you gear. Let's go raid people." So
hold
then
on.
I get
The
him in
OG
iron
leader
armor.
hired.
The OG leader hired you? Right, really?
I forgot who it was, but I'm pretty sure it was me and Glow. It was like something fraud. It was before Aether, because Aether was a blacksmith before he became leader. It was the person who was leading then. He had hired me and Glow, I believe, to go together, but he didn't know about Hazy. But he'd hired us to like just like not be evil towards them and stuff. So he literally let us get geared and everything, gave us blessed food and everything when we raided Atlantis, which is crazy because he low key did switch up on us, which is great. Him and Golden Rush switched up on us, which was so crazy to me. No, it was not Forbidden for All. It was like yeah, Frozen. Yep, yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yes. Any final shout outs you guys want to do? Because like everyone gets some shout outs.
Yeah, yeah.
To your fellow terrorists. Not to any, I guess, civs. Just yeah, fellow terrorists.
Silk and Tangle. Silk and Tangle.
Uh, yeah, Silk and Tangle, Radiant Dim. Dude, there's some more of the terrorists in here. I want to shout out everyone, cause so
Lovely is not lovely.
there was two main
No shout,
civs
lovely.
who were like strong military powers. Both of those civs
All terrorists.
ended up becoming terrorists with like their guardsmen and helping us raid everyone.
Yeah, Glow was a part of
Something Isles
Alter's
and
team
No
and joined
Light, like
us.
Yeah,
all the
shout out all the
guards.
saying out people who joined up with me, all my loyalists. Shout out to all you.
I definitely do gotta shout out Halter. They were pretty cool. I didn't like the fact that they were corrupt, but their buildings were nice. I gotta admit. I mean, hey, there's a reason why I enjoyed blowing it up with some people.
Crazy.
But it
Yeah,
definitely was
also
fun.
anti shout out to the people of Sugar Nuts when I was peaceful and you tried to kill me in the Nether. Losing a 5v1's crazy. That's my last point I'd like to put out there.
Honestly, yeah.
But
I
yeah,
gotta admit,
we didn't even go over. There's so much that like we could talk about.
dude, yeah,
I feel like we're only
honestly,
scratching the surface of the things that happened. Like we're very surface level right now, but
hey,
like we haven't even
hey,
gone
I'm just
over how
saying.
Snorlax joined us because like he was an op
Yeah.
for a
Or
while.
dude, even
Like
our ending was so fire. I gotta admit, hey, give us a personal interview. We can give you the whole rundown, bro. Because our ending to like our story was just so fire.
Okay, I think at this point I kind of just ended up just kicking people out from the call. But don't worry, there'll be a part 2 to this really soon with the rest of the interviews. At this point, I just kind of wanted to get this out and get it finished. But I will continue doing interviews for the foreseeable future. Again, this was all very fun to do, especially live. It was chaotic, but it was really cool. And yeah, you know what to do next. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed.
Wait, you didn't do any sort of outro. You're just gonna cut it.